Let me start by saying this entire review is a spoiler for the game. If you have not played The Last of Us, it is on PlayStation Now for a monthly subscription of $10, which you do not need a PlayStation Network account to access. And, assuming you have a PlayStation controller, you can play this straight onto your PC, which is what I did. If you do not wish to have spoilers, then please turn off this video. Otherwise, here we go. I'm a huge fan of zombie media. Movies, graphic novels, video games. All of it has its own flair and brings something special to the genre. At least the good ones do, anyway. Personally, one of my favorite zombie video games is Dead Rising, released on August 8th, 2006 for the Xbox 360. And this zombastic retelling of George Romero's Dawn of the Dead, which is also my favorite zombie film. Perhaps there's a link there. I can't be sure. Ha! I ain't no therapist. Anyway, Dead Rising follows the story of Francis Algernon West, or more commonly known as Frank. Remember that name, because the whole world's gonna know it in 3 days when I get the scoop. West, who is a freelance journalist and used to being dumped into terrifying hot zones like war-torn countries. So naturally, beating zombies to death with special handcrafted tools comes as no surprise to him. Thank God, photojournalism majors used to include mandatory shop and metalwork classes, or this archetype would totally fall flat. Oh my God, no! My childhood is ruined! Damn you, logical sense! Stay out of my video game! Where was I? Oh yeah. So Scoops McKenzie gets a lead on this crazy event happening in a rural town and proceeds to investigate, only to find out zombies are real, and a bunch of crazy shit happens. But what I really loved about this game is it gives you a believable, albeit far-fetched idea that a photojournalist risking his life and limb, literally, to fight off hordes of zombies and psychopaths to uncover the ultimate truth behind the incident. This game gives you a variety of abilities and weapons to progress through the areas, leading to tougher enemies who reward you with better gear for which you could use to defeat even tougher enemies, or just cut swaths of zombies down with said instruments of death. What the hell does this have to do with The Last of Us? Oh, right. Gameplay. That's my point. Through a variety of clever mechanics and unlockable abilities, both earned through playtime, Frank's life is made easier, and sometimes more ridiculous, the more the game is played, as it is nearly impossible to beat Dead Rising with the best ending on a fresh save first run. Yes, I'm sure someone has, and that's amazing. However, for the common gamer, this goal is not so easily achieved. From my experience, The Last of Us significantly lacks any memorable gameplay, at least when looking back in a fond light. The majority, I would say at least 75% of the time, you're wandering around pressing triangle on highlighted and obvious pick-me-up objects within the world. The other 25% of the time, you're thrown into a makeshift stealth fight against either 2 stages of zombies, sometimes 3, or psychopathic humans who wish to either kill you for your equipment or delicious man meat. What does that translate into? I spent 13 hours and 42 minutes running around pressing triangle. There is one saving grace to this game. And honestly, it's the only reason it keeps everybody playing, despite whatever nonsense someone wants to tell you about how riveting and groundbreaking this gameplay actually is. You press triangle a lot. It's not that revolutionary. Now, what is a fantastically well-done piece of the game, and one that literally saves it from being lost in the pile of just another zombie game garbage, are the protagonists, Joel and Ellie.
There's a crew of Fireflies that'll meet you at the Capitol building.
That's not exactly close.
You're capable. You hand her off, come back, the weapons are yours. Double what Robert sold me.
Speaking of which, where are they?
back in our camp.
We're not smuggling shit until I see them.
What are you doing?
Killing time.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
I am sure you will figure that out.
Your watch is broken.
All right. Now watch your step as you're going up, because it's going to be a little... So is that everything you hoped for?
Jury's still out. But man, you can't deny that view. I shot the hell out of that guy, huh?
Yeah, you sure did.
I feel sick.
And you just hang back like I told you to.
Well, you're glad I didn't, right?
I'm glad I didn't get my head blown off by a goddamn kid.
You know what? No. How about, hey, Ellie, I know it wasn't easy, but it was either him or me. Thanks for saving my ass. You got anything like that for me, Joel?
We gotta get going.
Lead the way.
That's a backdrop. People would take their pictures in front of it.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Okay then. Something on your mind, Ellie?
I wasn't trying to disobey you back there. You were taking a really long time, and I thought maybe he's gotten into trouble.
Look, it don't matter what you thought. I need you to listen to me.
I do. It's just that whatever, Joel.
Oh, shit. Come here, keep your head down. All right now, I'm gonna jump down there and I'm gonna clear us a path.
What about me?
You stay here.
This is so stupid. We'd have more of a fucking chance if you let me help.
I am. You seem to know your way around a gun. You reckon you can handle that?
Well, I sort of shot a rifle before, but it was at rats
Rats.
with BBs.
Well, it's the same basic concept. Lift it up. All right, now, you're going to want to lean right into that stock, as it is going to kick a hell of a lot more than any baby rifle.
Okay.
Go and pull the bolt back. Grab it right there. Just tug it. There you go. And as soon as you fire, you're going to want to get another round in there quick. Listen to me. If I get into trouble down there, you make every shot count. Yeah?
I got this.
All right. And just so we're clear about back there, it was either him or me.
Even the story is flimsy and dull, with the exception that the zombies are some variant of the cordyceps zombie fungus that takes over ants, yet has somehow spread to the human population and begins rapidly infecting us like the rage virus in 28 days later. Albeit a little bit slower than 10 to 15 seconds, as it takes about 2 days, according to the characters, to fully take control. Once it does, however, the freshly turned zombies are of the hyper meth and PCP combo, akin to the aforementioned 28 days later virus, only turning to the slow and more shambling variety called clickers after being infected for a while. And even then they can get their hustle on when sensing fresh meat is nearby. Long pig. Meat's back on the menu, boys. They're also the only ones who can kill Joel in one shot if they grab him before you unlock an ability to shiv them in the neck. Okay, that's cool. 1 point in the gameplay column. But I didn't unlock this until the last act of the game, where it honestly didn't help much. So here we sit, as Joel, in a world gone mad, with an epidemic infection, and right from the gate, he loses his daughter to the military, cementing his character for the rest of the game.
Go back for him, okay?
Sir, there's a little girl. But... Yes, sir.
Somebody, we've just been through hell. Okay, we just need... Oh, shit. Please don't. Oh, no. Sarah. Move your hands, baby. I know, baby, I know. Listen to me, I know this hurts, baby. You're gonna be okay, baby. Stay with me. All right, I'm gonna pick you up. I know, baby, I know it hurts. Come on, baby, please. I know, baby, I know. Sarah. Baby. Don't do this to me, baby. Don't do this to me, baby. Come on. No. No. No, no. Please. Please don't. Please.
We now see Joel as a hard-assed, no-holds-barred murder machine who will not hesitate to decimate anyone standing in his path to finishing his goal, whatever they may be at the time.
North clear, no target.
Shortly after starting the game, you're introduced to Ellie, a 14-year-old girl who is seemingly the cure to the infection as her concocted virus has mutated, making her immune. Through some heavy-handed plot devices, this leads Joel on his task to delivering Ellie to a group of terrorists known as the Fireflies, who have a lab capable of using Ellie to find a cure to the virus and potentially save humanity. That is the story. Pretty simple. Get the girl from point A to point B, and around 12 to 14 hours later, you did it! As I said, pretty lackluster. What is incredible, however, is along the way, Joel begins to turn from a hard-assed, no-holds-barred killing machine to a hard-ass, no-holds-barred killing machine / adopted dad as Ellie and himself grow closer and closer due to the experience they both go through on their journey. This reaction, I believe, is both a combination of the subtle nuances in writing from Naughty Dog, as well as an unbelievable performance from both Troy Baker, Joel, and Ashley Johnson, Ellie. You can feel, through the subtle voice acting, these two estranged characters growing inseparable throughout their journey. This is even spoken after you leave Joel's brother's compound, and Ellie tells Joel she only feels safe with him.
Is this really all they had to worry about? Boys, movies, deciding which shirt goes with which skirt. It's bizarre.
Get up. We're leaving. Come on.
And if I say no?
Do you even realize what your life means? Huh? Running off like that, putting yourself at risk? It's pretty goddamn stupid.
Well, I guess we're both disappointed with each other then.
What do you want from me?
Admit that you wanted to get rid of me the whole time.
Tommy knows this area.
Oh,
better
fuck
than...
that.
Well, I'm sorry. I trust him better than I trust myself.
Stop with the bullshit. What are you so afraid of? That I'm gonna end up like Sam? I can't get infected. I can take care of myself.
How many close calls have we had?
Well, we seem to be doing all right so far.
And now you'll be doing even better with Tommy.
I'm not her, you know.
What?
Maria told me about Sarah.
Ellie?
And
You are treading on some mighty thin ice here.
I'm sorry about your daughter, Joel. But I have lost people too.
You have no idea what loss is.
Everyone I have cared for has either died or left me. Everyone fucking except for you. So don't tell me that I would be safer with someone else, because the truth is I would just be more scared.
As the story progresses, the two experience terrifying encounters from set-up confrontations by a group of murderers known as hunters.
Are we gonna help him?
Put your seatbelt on, Ellie.
Well, what about the guy?
He ain't even hurt.
Alone and forsaken by fate and by man. Oh Lord, if you hear me, take my hand. Hope
And later, a group of cannibals, the leader of whom is killed off by Ellie in a pretty epic cutscene and interesting use of the stealth mechanics for the
Now, it
game.
can't be real. Looks pretty fucking real to me.
you can try begging.
Fuck you.
You think you know me? Huh? Well, let me tell you something. You have no idea what I'm capable of. Stop! Stop!
Fucking touch me!
Okay, it's me. It's me. It's me. Look. It's me.
Brenda.
Oh, baby girl. It's okay. It's okay.
No.
I only wish there were more instances to use these mechanics in boss fights. In saying that, this circles back around to the gameplay. If I'm being honest, I played this game on normal so I could finish it and just see what all the fuss is about. But if you're going to tell me I missed a greater experience by not playing on a harder difficulty, then you can save your time commenting. Video games are notorious for saying the game is now harder by turning the enemies into damage sponges and forcing you to use whatever their version of a stealth mechanic is to kill something with one shot rather than waste resources. But I actually had fun playing on normal as the materials were still few and far between. As you progress, the arsenal of weapons you get makes eliminating groups or individuals even easier. But in my experience, unless I really love a game and want to go for achievements or restrict myself further, all a harder difficulty does is lock away more of your arsenal and force you into a more single path of gameplay. With that being said, the majority of encounters in this game can only be done either of two ways: stealth or guns ablazing. In my case, I will always prefer to shoot my way out rather than play Solid Snake and sneak around snapping necks. In conclusion, if you have not played The Last of Us, I highly recommend it, if only to experience the incredible, award-winning performances of Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson. I would say the gameplay aspect alone takes only about 4 hours of the total experience, with the rest being jaw-dropping, heartfelt, gut-punchingly emotional sequences that Naughty Dog was able to capture. As I stated before, this is all available on PlayStation Now for $10 a month and can be streamed right to your PC or downloaded to your PlayStation. It is the original and not the remaster, but honestly the graphics are fine and you're wanting to play it for Joel and Ellie anyway.
Hey, wait. Back in Boston? Back when I was bitten? I wasn't alone. My best friend was there. And she got bit too. We didn't know what to do. So... she says... let's just wait it out. You know, we can be all poetic and just lose our minds together. I'm still waiting for my turn.
Ellie.
Her name was Riley, and she was the first to die. And then it was Tess. And then Sam.
None of that is on you.
Oh, you don't understand.
I struggled for a long time with surviving. And you... no matter what, you keep finding something to fight for.
Now, I know that's not what you want to hear right now.
Swear
but
to
it's-
me. Swear to me that everything that you've said about the Fireflies is true.
I swear.
Well, that's it for me. I hope you all have an incredible morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the globe. Stay safe, and watch out for psychopaths.